Hello. How are we doing tonight? 3 Day. I see you in the chat. How are you doing tonight? And for everybody else, I need to go ahead and apologize for that music selection. It said blues. I guess that was blues. That's the kind of blues that you would hear in a movie that you buy from the $5 bin at Walmart. But for all intents and purposes, for what I'm doing here, it's better than playing something that'll get me some kind of copyright strike. And then they got to shut this whole thing down. And then it'll be all terrible. Doing good. How are you? I'm fine. It's another day. I almost slept through setting this up. I literally woke back up probably about an hour ago. And I wasn't intending on playing what I was playing tonight, but excuse me. But I had little options because I already finished up Star Wars. I got something else. I had something else ready to go, but I don't know if it's worth going through it on stream. I almost think like it's something that's worth an editing video, a video that's edited properly, which that means sending up the file up to somebody and having somebody on Fiverr do it for $20. But I mean, we're still early on in the week, so we'll do it. I mean, other than the only thing I really did today was I had to take my car in for it had a recall, and the recall basically what it would do on the car is if it hit low speeds, it shuts off, which hasn't happened. This is a recall I got last year, and I'm just now getting to it. And all it was a damn, a recall already. Yeah. I mean, those recalls. I mean, they could happen at any time. But all it was really it was a software update. So I go in there and I go in, I drop it off. I'll wait in the lobby, and I read online how long it took, and it was supposed to be like 45 minutes. I was there for 2 hours. Now, also, there were people ahead of me, and I get that. But then when they called me in for the, hey, just to let you know, whenever somebody brings in a car in, we always do the multi points inspection. I'm like, I just had one. I just had one a couple of months, a month or so ago. But I'm glad you did it. And then, of course, they found, well, we got all these things that we need to bring to your attention. Uh, and I'm like, okay, windshield wiper, fuel injection, and like cabin AC filter. And I saw the prices, especially on that on the fuel injection and the a fuel injection cleaning and the AC cabin thing. And I'm like, yeah, print that off for me. I'm gonna see if I'll take care of that myself. See, if you drove a '07 shipbox like me, there wouldn't be such a thing as a recall. Well, wouldn't technically it has already gone through its recalls? I mean, at this point, I mean, if I still had my Scion, it had one recall, and I think at that point, because I had that one for a long time. I think there was a point to where the any other recalls were on it were pretty much already done, or they just said screw it. This car's so old. The world may never know. Yes, it may never know. I also got when I was getting up this ready before I go, I got the text message from somebody like, "Hey, you want to talk about trading your car in?" And I got there. I was hoping to kind of keep a low profile. This guy found me, He found me and he decided to tell me that, hey, just to let you know, the Kelly Blue Book value has your car valued at this. But we don't go by Kelly Blue Book. We go by Kelly Black Book. Which I have never heard before. And he proceeded to tell me, well, if you decide to trade it in, this is the value you'd want to get on it. And I'm like, okay, so how did that work? Do you just give me what it's worth and then you tack on the rest of that to another payment and I got another 6 year payment I got to do? Which I think that's how it works out. I didn't get the chance to ask him, but I was just like, yeah, whatever, whatever. He said, well, which, he goes, so what car are you looking at? I said, well, when I was here, because I wasn't intending on getting the one I got, but, it was just kind of an impulse thing, which that's a terrible point of view or a terrible way of viewing things when it comes to vehicles or houses, an impulse buy. But I said, I actually wanted a hatchback. He said, oh, well, we may have two and used. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good because if I'm going to trade this in, probably tack on an extra $50 or so onto my bill every month. I want something new. But apparently there is a shortage of cars, and if you would have seen the lot, they are not packed full of cars at all. This is the first time I had noticed. So I guess they are still having supply issues with vehicles, or it could be that they're slowly decreasing them and getting them getting those electric vehicles out. Which yeah, that's going to be a tough sell because the replacement battery on the electric cars is more than the actual car itself. And you basically and it is actually as big as the car. So there. That was pretty much my day, and it's good you're in the chat, lady, because I want to throw something. I want to throw something your way. Have you ever seen the new electric VW bus? The concept looked cool, but it looks terrible. They're all terrible. They're all terrible. I don't see the point. I don't see the point of electric cars at all. I mean, just skip all that and just go ahead and try and develop teleportation technology or portal technology. But I'm sure that'll be bad on the environment too, because it'll probably be dilithium crystal wastes all over the place, and we don't want that. But I have something to run by you. So I was planning on streaming on YouTube yesterday, and I was going to try something a little new. Not playing any games, just talk and cover like some entertainment. You end up like President Scrooge with your ass on backwards, or you can turn into Ash or Inside Out like on Star Trek, or you can get molded. Two people can be molded to be together like in that Voyager episode with Tuvok and Neelix, and they became Tulix. Yeah, that's random, and that was a random reference. But yeah, I was thinking about just doing just a stream, just talking on YouTube, and just talking about like gaming news and entertainment news. I don't know what you would have thought about that, because I have some takes, and that's all they are, takes. They mean absolutely nothing. Just my point of view. No, like on Galaxy Quest. God, I have not seen Galaxy Quest in forever. Sounds like Sounds like it could be fun. You're always pretty in the know. Well, I mean, I seriously thought about taking the entire month. Yeah, it turned inside out. That's right. I remember that. I got to see that. I got it. And then it explained. Yeah, I remember that. Now I remember that. I got to watch that again. I've got it digitally. And of course, it's on every streaming service out there. I just got to pull the trigger. There's a lot of pull the triggers I got to do right now because I was I was going to try and make an attempt to stay off the internet in general this month, just to because things are just I'm sick of looking at it, and I was going to like go ahead and just like find some series to watch some movies. Like I've got the 4Ks of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. I could rewatch those, or get into a series I've been meaning to get into, but yeah, it just hadn't planned out that way because damn that YouTube bug. I mean, it's just like I start scratching my arm if I and it's just out of habit now. You know, it's like instinction. Go to the YouTube app. Oh yeah, I thought about doing that, reviewing some movies. And that could be definitely fun. I thought about doing some older stuff, some weirder stuff. Just the stuff out now, garbage. I mean, there's only two things recently that's come out I heard that were pretty good. Three actually. Guardians, Mario, and the new Spider-Man I hear is pretty good. The only thing about the Spider-Man thing is the camera is too jumpy for my taste, and I'm not a big fan of that low frame rate animation that they use. The art style looks awesome. It's just the frame rate. It doesn't look like it doesn't look smooth to me. Just grouchy hot takes for no reason. Yep, grouchy hot takes. Because that's what gets views. You've got to be negative to get views. Cocaine Bear was fun. It's on Peacock, and I saw that the other day. Not the movie. I just saw that it was on Peacock. I have got to see it because I think everybody in America needs to watch a movie about a bear high on cocaine. And Ray Liotta's last movie. I think it was his last movie. At least that was the last movie that came out before he died. There's no telling if he had anything else in the can before he died. They did the same animation style for Puss in Boots the movie, just when Puss was really stressed, and it worked well. That's fine, because if it's for like certain situations, that is fine. Because I actually saw clips of that when he was fighting the big bad wolf. I guess that's what it was, the big bad wolf. I got to see that too. I heard that's really good too. Oh, goody, it's on Peacock. I'm glad I got my 99 cents a month Peacock for till the end of the year. There was one other he had filmed. Was the other one he had filmed? Has it come out yet? It's really good, honestly. Good, because I like those Shrek Puss in Boots movies. I really like those. Oh, before we move on, I'm sure it was something serious. You know what? There is an easy way. There is an easy way to find out. Every time. So I don't know what it is with my router lately, but every time I do a search on Google, the first thing it pops up is a malware warning. And then I have to back out and go back into. So Ye old IMDb. Well, you know me too well. And here I want to show this just real quick. So this is the Google search. Whoops, not that button. All right, this is the Google search right here. Ray Liotta, and you think now I didn't type Ray Liotta IMDb. This is just Ray Liotta. Let's see. Let's go and see how far in the results that goes down. Right. Wikipedia 1, Deadline, Instagram, some videos, TMZ, the movie database, which that's a new one on me, Rolling Stone, Rotten Tomatoes, then IMDb. So his upcoming, all right. So it's Fool's Paradise is his next movie. Oh, I heard about this. So it's got Charlie Day in it. I'm not going to show too much of that because I don't want to get a copyright whatever while I'm showing that. Charlie Charlie Day plays this guy who can't talk, and he is a dead ringer for an actual actor, and that he I guess the guy doesn't want to act or whatever, so he goes in as a stand-in, and then he ends up living his life, kind of like a Prince and the Pauper kind of thing. Uh, I have made so many people mad with that website because I was right. We get mad because you just wouldn't talk to me. I mean, how is it? How would people get mad when it's right there? You're just stating the obvious. Oh, come on. All right. You just stating the obvious there. I guess they weren't paying enough to be on top. It's all algorithmic, and it just depends on, I guess, who are visiting the most. At first, people have a lot of distrust on IMDb right now because it's owned by Amazon, and um, they are purposely manipulating reviews. So, and people don't trust them because of that. I mean, it's good for, like, if you want, like, information, but as far as, like, trust, well, no, wait, is it Amazon owns them? No, well, wait, is it Amazon? All right, so Amazon owns IMDb. I can't remember who owns Rotten Tomatoes. Gross, I didn't know that, but I don't go there for reviews. You shouldn't go for reviews. I will tell you the best place to go get reviews. If you have somebody that you subscribe to on YouTube who does movie reviews and you trust them, that's who you go with. Because there's a group that I trust, and they have been pretty much, for the most part, have been kind of spot on. But they're the geekish type, and they hate everything that's out now. They did like Guardians. They did like the new Spider-Man, and they hated the new Little Mermaid. So go figure on that. That Little Mermaid just, ugh, that new Little Mermaid. I mean, I had no care to see it. It looked too dark, and if they could have made the animals a little bit more cartoony instead of freakish, like real freaky, realistic looking, I think it could have done a little bit better. Let's see. I'm not a big YouTube person, but I follow it to TikTok just as well. Surprise, surprise. My kid liked it at least. Was your did your kid survive the 2 hour runtime on that? Because I think just hearing the runtime on that for a movie for kids, I thought that was way too long. I mean, because you know as well as anybody else. Kids, some kids don't have the best attention spans. He did not. Okay. See, a good kids movie, 90 minutes tops. If you look at all the stuff that we watched, 90 minutes. Hell, there was very few anime that was 2 hours. He's 6 is never gonna happen. Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd be able to retain 90 minutes as opposed to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, you're gonna lose him because see, that's why those videos that are going on right now. I know you haven't seen those videos, but they're videos of fights in the movie theater during Little Mermaid. I guarantee you that was the reason. Movie was way too long. They lost the kids. People were trying to keep them calm down. Other parents were and then fights ensued, and then fights took place. Alrighty. Before I start, let me do the shill bit. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.com/@NashThunderclap. I am on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, let's go ahead and do what I was supposed to be doing here, and I'm gonna start rolling. And I roll. Yes, start rolling. I'm gonna start rolling right into a save screen. See, if this was a talk show, this is how I'd want to start the talk show. I wouldn't expect any less from this. Interesting fact, I was more excited about this game than I was Street Fighter 6.
Thank you.
He said thank you. Let me do the obligatory, I gotta read this or I'll become a human centipede. Every game starts with this. Okay. Agree. Jesus. Every game. Analysis settings. With your permission, we would like to collect certain gameplay usage information for analytic easy for me to say, analytic purposes, so we can provide better games. We would also like your permission to share and combine that information with information collected from other Bandai Namco Entertainment games, services, and products of our group companies and other third-party sources. Type of data collected: gaming account ID, IP address, gameplay log. This data will be pseudo-minimized. My brain just popped. And we and our group of companies will use the aggregated information to analyze game trends, create profiles of categories of players, create new games and services, perform other analytics. This data will be sent and stored in Japan. It'll be well protected until an attack by Godzilla. Consent is optional. You may play the game without loss of features, even if you do not consent to this use. If you provide your consent, you can turn off data collection anytime through the in-game settings. If you do not provide your consent, no information will be collected by us. By selecting accept, you consent your data being used for this purpose. Hey, hang on just 1 second. You gotta love the kids that work for you. Every question, you got a question for everything. And I should have started that when I started the stream. By the way, there'll probably be some phone calls. I get them for the littlest things that make sense. Okay, so essentially, they want to analyze my data for other things. So, the only game that's coming out that I can think of that is that they're making, I'm sure they have more, but the only big one I know of is Tekken 8. So, I guess any of the data that they collect from me on this game will help quality of life on Tekken 8. Makes no sense. I am not agreeing to that. Oh, nope. Nope. Wait, did I say that was on? No, did I say that was analyze? No, I said no. Disagree. There we go. Save to where? I guess the NA. I was joking, but I guess that's it. Yes. Man, 30 minutes.
The great cosmos.
Oh, good. I don't have to read it.
A world of mystery, both tantalizing and terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Not a very well publicized.
Doesn't look terrifying. It looks like bright and happy.
An influential world, nevertheless. Bold yet sensitive and rugged to boot. Tolerant and compassionate with a heart deeper than the oceans. Such is the great cosmos, and the king that rules over it is marvelous to behold. Except for the one time that he destroyed all the stars in the universe. No big deal, really.
Sure, it was a big deal to somebody.
Having come to and realized the folly of his ways, the wisest of kings sent to the planet Earth his beloved son, the prince, and commanded him to make a Katamari of ample proportions. Tossed unceremoniously to earth, the valiant prince rolled the Katamari entrusted to him by the king.
So in other words, I screwed up, clean up my mess.
Vaulting boxes, pencils, erasers,
postcards, ramen, robots, cows, sheep, this girl, that boy, moms and dads, bicycles, bikes, homes, buildings, rainbows, clouds, islands, rainbows, and dreams, hopes, dreams.
The prince rolled them all up. Rolled and rolled until the Katamari was big enough to be lifted up to space to replace the shiny stars that were so grievously lost. And that, dear friends, was the plot and purpose of the fabulous game called
Katamari Damacy.
So in other words, if you were missing something, this little jerk rolled it up in a ball and threw it into space.
Borders, and it rolled right out of the game to bundle away the many and sundry ills that blight the modern world. Overnight, the king found himself a superstar. The adulation of the crowd knew no limits.
I want to meet the king. I think he should be bigger. The king is so cool. I want to roll up more stuff.
Guy had a crab hands.
Oh dear, such a chorus. Fans crying out from all over the world for the magnificent king to do his thing.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Oh no, that virus is going to eat Earth. Ah, sweet memories. Yes. There was that time. That time we smashed all the stars in the skies. It's like something out of a dream. We so totally forgot. What made us remember? Probably the lawsuit, I'm sure. Looky, the only place with stars is around Earth. Looks like the Katamari Damacy was being lazy. Looks like Katamari Damacy had everyone feel. I don't want to say this 3 times. What impresses us all over the scale of destruction we wrought. We were on a roll. Yes, we were. I see what you did there. Fierce and fabulous we certainly were. We were really something. Yes. Yes. Oh, speaking of something, here's a tidbit. Not that we get it, but it seems like we're quite a hit. A big hit on Earth. The star is so full of stuff. A star now apparently full of our fans. Prince, what do you think they love about us? Our looks, our tights, our mustache. Oh, Eureka! We've got it. It's our chin, yes. Yes! That must be it. Yes, your butt chin. Our chin is so magnificent. Earth is full of our dedicated followers of our chin. I want to hold your chin. Let me feel your goatee. They ask so nicely, so passionately. How can we say no? So now, our prince, you must go to Earth and grant our fans their wishes. Their wishes are our chin's commands. Our chin's commands are our wishes. And so on. Okay. Butt chin. It looks like the fans in the select plaza want to ask the prince something. Talk to them. An icon will be displayed at the bottom of the screen when new fans arrive. Make their dreams come true. It looks like the fans in the selected plaza want to ask the prince something. Talk to them. Oh, I just read that. Jesus. Oh, to the cosmos. Yeah, let's see the options. Nice to meet you, Your Highness. Katamari. Or is what? Oh, God. I've completely forgotten how to roll the Katamari. I know I'm a goof, but I love Katamari. Oh, Jesus, guy, can I not read this stuff? Please remember. Yeah, just play. Tutorial mode. All right, let's leave our fans on Earth to the prince. Now, where shall we go and play? Oh, it's the prince. What do you want with us? What? Oh. You forgot. You forgot how to roll the Katamari. How to enjoy the Katamari. The meaning of life. Of course you forgot. It's gross. It's the things you can't forget that make you hurt. We think it might be better to... Your Highness is cool. Cool. No, it's important to remember that it's crucial to remember. Yes. Yes. We'll just try and think back. Yes. Look at me with your judging eyes, King. Friends that forgot about Katamari Damacy or friends. Playing the very first game of okay. For all friends old and new, the prince will roll in their place. So what is a Katamari? What could a Katamari... Get to the point. I got a dip, but I'll leave it open for views. That's all I usually ask of everybody. Just play me in the background. Background noise. Just do it. But hey, I appreciate you coming in and chatting for a little bit. It is always a pleasure, and I'm gonna keep saying that every time we chat. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sitting here pressing the button at this point. I really want to get past this. All right, it's gonna take me a minute to I forgot you have to hit this in the same direction. It take me a minute to get used to these controls again, because this game has weird controls. Chicka chicka chicka. Likewise, and thank you. Have fun. I will try. Thank you very much. Alright, it's taking me a minute. I'm getting there. I just gotta remember, yeah, to get this to where I can get it to where it will turn around when I need it to. Yeah, this music. I gotta get used to this music again.
思ったんだけど、よく考えると、なんだ、固めるってなんだよくわかんないぞ。どんどん増えていくってことか。もともと固めなくてもいいってことじゃん。自然にあるものは全部固まってないで普通にあるってことだけど、なんで固めんの？いや、固めるってもっと
There we go.
思ったから。いや、待って、固めるをとにかく実行してみれば楽しいかもしれない。そうそう。やっぱりこうやって、思ったことをどんどんこうやって歌ってみるってことが大事だから。ってこともいいから、
There we go. Royal Rainbow. Alright. It's the controls. The controls are a little tricky. I got it on the last game on the Switch. I can get it here. It's just going to take me a minute. Huh. Was it like this? Katamari Damacy? Honestly, this is not what we were thinking of. But it looks kind of fun. A kind of sort of fun game. 16 centimeters, 8 millimeters. We see we are a little touched in the head. So big. And just from a training run. An unbelievable size. Astonishing, really. Very and truly fabulous. Oh, it's Cousin Ace. What were you doing on Earth, you little asshole? You were at the tutorial stage. We have no idea what you're talking about. This Katamari feels strangish. Not that we understand if that's a good thing or not. Oh, now I remember everything. I really have to, okay. It was totally the best. Katamari Damacy. Your Highness, thank you so much. This Katamari is just a token of my thanks. I'd like to offer it to you now. Ooh, really? You're giving it to us? How about we're royalty? We'll just take it. Seriously, fabulous. Thank you. We're so pleased. What should we do with it? We could pop it up into the cosmos. Yes, that's what we'll do. And off to the dump. It looks like a star now. Wow, it's so beautiful. It looks like a beach ball. We created a beach ball planet. We totally forgot to tell you, but this is the Select Plaza. Talk to fans, chat with cousins, do a little saving, look at your collection, move around a little, maybe while pressing Y or R. When you get tired of rolling, just hang out here. Quit game. Save. Oh, that's Ace. Whee! He's high on pixie sticks. Hello, Your Highness. I just love you. That beard, that nose, that... God, jeez, you don't have enough time to read any of this. Well, fine. You won't be that way? I'll skip every bit of this. What shall we... Oh, he's hungry now. So, at this point, we're just gonna... I just want to get into it. Too much talking. Too much talking. See, I told you, if you're missing any of your paper clips, that'll be randomly placed. Screw you, cat. I'm on the ground. Okay. Yeah, these are some weird people that just have random shit like this in their house. Like, who just puts cherries on the floor? Get those ladybugs! Because I am not a fan of ladybugs. Yeah, get all those flowers. A damn handle's in the way. Oh. Damn, I got one orange. I meant to get all of them. You're gonna eat all that? And it was on the floor too? Boop. All right, like this cream puff. That looks good. Oh, it's a Katamari. What a surprise, but what a milquetoast Katamari. Yeah, that's right, I can read a big word. Distinguish. You can go bigger, you know. Do us a favor and roll a bigger one. This Katamari feels snackish. Not that we understand what snacks-ish means. All right, let's just... It's all superfluous. We don't need to know all that. We just want to get rolling. Desert stomach Uranus. Okay. Chapter 1, The Path of the Lion. Wow, did it look just pixelated right there. Oh, a exciting anime-ish type of dramatic theme. Yeah, beat that nutsack. Oh, he just wanted to play with the other boys. But he had to go training, get whipped with a kendo stick. Yeah, he's talking about a movie. Battle mode has been unlocked. Talk with 1 player and 2 player characters together. Can you please clean this up? Wow, amazing. Anyway, nice to meet you, Prince. You are stylish as ever. I'm a parent with my son at the elementary school. He loves Katamari too. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so basically the kid needs to clean his room up. So you're going to do his work for him. That is not teaching very good values. We got the gist of what we're supposed to be doing here. We're cleaning some kids' room. See, that's why that's why kids today are so spoiled. They don't know the value of hard work and the rewards from it. Ah, monkey! Why he had a snowflake? I mean, am I getting paid for this? Yes, now I can get bigger stuff. Not that stuff. Yeah, get that Santa. There we go. Come on, back up on that desk. Well, I couldn't get up there, and that's what I was thinking I could do. I could get up there. It's the turn. Hey! I rolled up another cousin. Alright, let me get this little sucker. Like I said, it's the controls. It's the controls that get you. Oh, it's Honey Bear. Hey. Okay, yeah. Oh, did something fall off? Oh, the gift fell out. Yeah, I cannot lose the gift. It's very important that I do not lose the gift. Now I gotta find this last item. I mean, the room looks pretty spick and span, right? It was on the bed the whole time. Wowies, all straightened up. It's pretty clean. Yeah. Yes. Let's go home. Respected royalty down to janitor service. Wow, we got an antenna as a present. So stylish and connected, but far too small for us. Prince, you can have it. Streamer fan, make sure you appreciate it. Okay. All right, just go, move, and off you go. Untidy planet. Or Planet Junkion if you're a Transformer fan. Whatever. I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. Take those off for a bit. Yep. What's this? A dirty bamboo sword? Did you find it while cleaning? Looks like it'd be shocking to touch. It brings us back, but we don't want to remember this. How you say it, we forgot. Are you curious? If so, then try out the shock. It looks dirty, so we won't touch it. You can get items for the prince by rolling up presents hidden in the stages. Keep your eye out for them while you roll. Presents. Bamboo sword of memory. I mean, shall we touch it? Shall we touch it? Shall we touch it? Which I'm sure that's been a phrase that many of you have probably heard at some point in your lives. I am going to step away just for a second, and I will be right back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Look at my chair. Look at my chair. See, I told you 2 seconds. I also needed to go take a gander at the new at my new professionally made China box. So if you saw on Twitter, I put up a picture of the mini PC that I just got. This thing is nice. It's really, really nice, especially for the price that it has on it. Man, it almost seems like it's going to be, it would be worth it for me just to get that. Maybe buy another one and make it a streaming PC. I have to see if they're capable of doing that. I mean, because it's got an AMD Ryzen 7 in it. And right now I'm getting it loaded up with my library. So it's so soon we can get it set up and I can kind of get it figured out because it's got RetroArch on it through oh shit, what's it called? Because I've got it on the main computer here. Launchbox, not Lunchbox, Launchbox. So that'll keep all my stuff tidy and together and organized, and I can actually see now, as opposed to the RetroPie, what I'm actually playing. And the same thing with the this other little China box that I got. But it's going to be going to a good home, somebody that is not as picky about their stuff as I am. So somebody will get good use out of that. I mean, I would offer my RetroPie, but the China box is, with as many faults that it does have, it's actually got more than my RetroPie. So I think, and for who's getting it, they're not going to barely notice any issues with it. But the big thing is I want to start doing some stuff on this one, and I can start upscaling stuff and 4K up in the resolution. It's going to be glorious. Oh, he's having a seat. Let's check this out. Enough playtime, Prince. The king of all cosmos needs knowledge and strength. The road to the throne is long and hard. Yeah. If you have time to play, then roll a Katamari. Experience the king's memories. You'll gain access to more memories as you make fans' dreams come true in the select plaza. Study time. I want to go this way. I want to go this way. How about this way? Save and load. Well, study time it is. Play. Study time. First, clean your room. Clean up quick and study. Be a diligent king. So I'm glad I can see that the current king is so lackadaisical because he doesn't want to be hard and discipline driven like his father, but he does it out of love. Oh, you never listen. Unbelievable. Oh, it's that other level again. So the thing about these games, if you've never played them before, you play a lot of the same levels over and over again. And sometimes you have a time limit, but in this case, I've already hit the goal. Box cutter. Barely passing. You didn't give me enough time, you jerk. The real test starts now. I couldn't tell what else. God damn it. Well, let's do it again. See, I got it 16 this time. I couldn't tell because of the color. I didn't know what the indicator to what was, so I just hit A right off. Well, if you're interested, I will tell you about all of our youthful exploits. That's enough for today. You still require more education. Use this and strive harder. All right, back to the real world. A new approach to Ikebana. Would you like... What is a nouveau Ikebana? we're just rolling stuff up here. All right, so flowers. Is that what we're doing? We're doing flowers now. Prince Personic. Okay. No, it's finally happened. We're being ignored. Yeah, that's right. I'm ignoring you. Clean that cow. Eek, roll faster. Oh, I got some elf thing. Oh, this guy, he's got to go. Oh, I got some turtle thing. Oh, I'm getting that bear, damn it. Passed all that stuff with ease. The best part is when you're super big and you start rolling up buildings and stuff. That's the fun part. Yeah, like those bushes. Those bushes are gonna get rolled up. Come here, dear. Oh, I got a snake. Okie dokie Moki. We're all done with the firepower, Katamari. Gold axe. No, you're freaking out. The international message of the Red Rose. So fabulous. Too fabulous. This Katamari is fabulous too. Wait, when did you make this? 78. That was 78%. Ichigo. Just move on. Let's go to the next thing. Off you go. That actually looks cool. Chapter 2, Claws of a Tiger. Sure, you could. Oh, the rabbit gets a carrot for third place? Terrible. He's gonna throw it. Yeah, he threw it into the river and hit a cat. Second place just means first place loser. But a win's a win, right? It's all about the camaraderie and the thrill of the game. Oh, by the way, are you using all those presents from our fans? Do you know how to use them? You know the birthday cake in the Select Plaza? Yes. Go there and put on your presents and they'll give you a snazzy new look. You mean the antenna? Wearing. I'm wearing the antenna. You need 2 people to play. I will remember that one day. Hey! Can you roll underwater? Wow, you're huge. Ah, time to roll underwater. Get them fishes. Just keep going. We're just rolling. Oh, excuse me. Okay, what kind of underwater is this? Yeah, I got some air there. Poor cat and dog stuck in a car underwater. Whee! Can I get that turtle? Not yet. Oh, I got a baby turtle though. Got that paper tiger. And how does the TV work down there? Explain that to me. Pardon me, people. Oh, can I grab that crab now? Am I big enough for that crab? I'm big enough for that crab. Alright, there we go. Yeah, there's plenty to get down here. Yeah, get them rocks. That's when we start getting fun. Start grabbing big stuff. Oh, and I got something. I got somebody. See, when you start getting like big stuff, that's the fun. That's when it really gets fun. Oh, a tennis ball. I like how when they're talking to the cousins and saying, "Hey, what were you doing on Earth?" "Oh, I was doing this." "I have no idea what you're talking about." Off you go. It's fish mercury. Fish mercury. The songs you can set to background music increase as you play the game. Set your favorite song to the background music using X. Okay, what would that be? Register your favorite songs. Once you've registered more than 2 songs, you can set that. Okay. I hit the wrong button. So he just wants to see a Katamari. Oof. Okay, so he's basically saying that it's hard work to roll these things off. You just can't do them all willy-nilly. But somebody said that he was the best, so his ego got the better of him, and like, well, if I'm the best, why not? For the fans. It's always for the fans. Those are cookies. Those are ice cream sandwiches. Get that frog. Come here. I'll get you, cousin. Not yet, eh? I'll get you yet, cousin. We'll get those mice. Yep. I get that shuriken. Loading. Can't. Ah, finally. We can talk. We're having a little trouble with loading. You can't talk during loading, you know. We finally have our voice back, but we can't talk with it first. It starts loading. Yawn. Goodness gracious, we're sleepy. You can get more places once you roll from there. Okay. Did I grab that cousin? Okay. Yeah, that's not annoying at all. Listen! Oh, I gotta take the long way just to get up here. Yeah, I took your bananas, little girl. It's fun when you go beyond your goal. Go up there. Oh, I got a camera. But it's far too small for us. The prince can have it. Everything's gonna be too small for you, jerk. Up you go. Familiar Neptune. Hang Dog Boogie. Oh, did he get kicked out for eating a cake? He got kicked out for eating a cake. That was the last straw. Oh, homeless. And now he's going to take his clump of hair and sell it at a pawn store. Words no work for me. I has a tumor too. I has a brain thing. Jesus Christ, selfies. I want to roll up the brightness. I'm a dog, but I play with it constantly when I play against other dogs too. Woof. I was thinking, can't you just roll up the sun? I'm sure you can. Roll up the sun. Roll up the sun. Even a dog is in our fan base. Doggy play too? How cute. What? The dog? What did she say? She said, why don't we roll up the sun? Really? We want to hear her too. She said sun, almost maybe. But we are so moved by our canine fan that we will roll up the sun anyway. All right, stand by. That was a complication that I could not foresee. Oh, I shouldn't have hit those some. Uh, I just got a text and he apologized. He said he assumed I was streaming. He FaceTimed me, and I'm like, oh crap. I hope he assumes that I'm sitting in the chair and the green in the background it wasn't a big indicator, but I guess he figured it out. We're gonna try that again because I hit that button because you got direction on there and you're just gonna think, oh, okay, well, what's it gonna do when I hit that? I didn't realize it just rolled and went right into it, but I guess we gotta roll up some more stuff. Oh, is the Earth the Katamari? Uranus? So would this be technically supposed to be the end of the game? Where we make more planets and... I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's see what he's got to say. It's a big wolf down. Katamari Damacy is no fun. Woof. Ah. How do we describe it? This feeling we have. You managed to come to space and you managed to talk with a dog. So this is the end result. We're gonna quit. We're gonna quit because it's clear we don't have enough stuff. So we're just gonna move on. All right, I think this will be our last one for the night. So we'll do this, and then we'll give my final thoughts on this. Oh, it's on fire! Ah, bear. Bear selling honey. Thank you, I will take that honey. Get that dog. Yes, big and bananas. Yeah, yes. Well, it means I can't set everybody on fire. Oh, you just rolled up something weird. Mushroom. Yeah, out of the way. See, can I get those tires? Oh, Gotta roll up the Boy Scouts. Ooh, present. Can I get to it? Wait, did it? What happened? Oh, I kind of kept the fire going, so as long as I kept rolling the Katamari. Oh, man. One more time. All right, I see the president over there. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Ooh, big bento. Yeah, I was doing so good too. Yeah, get those balloons. Yeah, I'm gonna take your car. All right, you got the present. Oh, look at him scoot on his ass like a dog. Sorry, folks, I'm being a public nuisance. All right, bear. Oh, the bear's not scared of the fire. I'm scared to get it in the water. I'm scared if I fall in the water, it's gonna put it out. See if I can get those logs. Oh, they're right there getting ready to move. Wait, hold on a second. The fire went out. I went through the time frame. I went through the time limit. All right. I think that's enough of that. I don't think I can do that one more time. Oh, that's kind of that was kind of a waste. This Katamari is a kind of a waste. It kind of got biggish, but it was kind of a waste. We should try to recycle it. We can turn it to stardust. This will make the universe so much prettier. Poof. Okay, so I can skip around that asshole. Okay, well, that's a good stopping point right there. So, let's kind of jump back right over here. Hello? 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 Yes. So, what are the final thoughts on that? Fun. It's very, very fun. If you just want something just to kind of... just turn your brain off and not think and not take too much into it, this is the game for you right here. Very much like the last one on the Switch, which these are remakes. I never played the original versions of them, but this is just the same thing, just remastered. I'm pretty sure they went in and did a little tweaking here and there for more current play styles. Will I stream this again? Hell no. I don't think this is exciting enough just to keep playing unless it's just something for a random. I'm just doing this just to kind of kill time, talk to the chat if there's anybody in the chat to talk to. This will be something more for me. Because when I got this, I honestly haven't been playing Tears of the Kingdom in a couple of days, and I was willing to put that aside just to play this because Tears of the Kingdom is fun and all, but you're just wandering around. I think pretty much everybody, for the most part, if they're not blasting through and beating the game, I think everybody's just dicking around in the game. That's all they're doing is really dicking around in the game. Because I'm pretty sure there's been a pretty decent percentage of people that have gone through the complete game and beaten it, or they haven't. and then the rest haven't, and they're just dicking around, building stuff, exploring, which that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But I've also got something else on my plate too, which is in about 9 days or so, the Call of Duty Battle Pass is about to expire, and I am way behind on tokens. So my off stream time has been devoted to those two things, devoting equal time to both Call of Duty and Zelda. And then trying to also figure out what I'm going to do here. And then on top of that, getting the new China box set up, which it's very close to be set up for the stuff I've already got. And then the stuff that I need to put on there. This thing came with 500 gigs. I think for right now that's going to be more than enough for what I need to do. And anything else, I'm probably just going to have to pick and choose, or just put something on there every once in a while and put something up. I will get a bigger M.2 for it, but that's just going to mean I'm going to have to start everything all over again, because you can only have one of those. Well, you can actually only just have one of those in general, but I'm going to have to do something to where I'm going to have to transfer that whole thing out and put it on a new thing. I'll figure it out. I mean, it's probably just going to be transferring everything. Just transferring everything to an external and then transferring it back. Okay, so let's do this right here. Follow me here on Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.com/@NashThunderclap. I will be uploading this as soon as this stream is over on Twitch. But if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you very much. I'm on all the socials. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That's when you know when I will be online and live. And that thing I had discussed earlier, I'm going to try and fit a day in just for that. Just talking stream, going over stuff that I've read. Just to kind of give my takes on things, which don't mean shit. That's gonna be how I will start this thing. These are my take on things. They don't mean shit. If you can't get past that, move away, or you just got too much time on your hands. Next time I will be on, or the next video you will see, I will probably go ahead and start a new series. I just don't know what yet. I've got my list over here. I just got to figure something out. I'm thinking about deviating from the list, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do what I was going to plan on doing and just make it a stream. It is what it is. We'll just make do with it and make it as entertaining as possible. But for now, that's it. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Like this video, subscribe, comment, all that stuff that the algorithm loves. Even if I look dumb without a beard, and I look terrible in a hat. Or something, I don't know. Just engage with me. Engage! Engage. All right. Have a good night. I gotta do something with pee-pee. Fuck off.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.